What's up, everybody? Eric Burgett here. I'm going to be with Corey Oliver on the Coriolis Effect talking about my music. Y'all stay tuned.
Welcome to the Coriolis Effect with Cory Oliver.
Hi guys, I'm Cory Oliver. Thanks for watching the Coriolis Effect. Please hit the subscribe button below, and we hope you like this episode. Hi guys, we wanted to announce that like many podcasters, we just started a Patreon account. Visit our page at patreon.com/the Coriolis Effect. We have 5 different levels of membership and offer early access to episodes, behind the scenes footage, bonus episodes, shoutouts, and much more, including personal phone calls, questions and answer sessions, and live chats with Bob and me. That's patreon.com/the Coriolis Effect. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Cory. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Yeah?
What's on the news today?
Well, I do have a funny story to tell you.
Funny, strange. Funny, haha, funny, strange.
I mean, kind of like funny, like one of those things that, you know what, I'll save it, actually.
No, do it now.
No,
you got
never
people
mind.
wanting. No, people want to hear.
They think so? Okay, so
Never mind.
I don't even know where to start because it's one of those weird.
Start at the beginning.
That's funny. Very, very funny moments where like you don't even realize. So apparently, like 30 years ago, let me back up. 30-something years ago.
30 years ago?
Yeah.
50 years ago.
I was stalked and attacked in an elevator. Right? We've already
In an
talked
elevator,
about.
I don't know anything about your stalking issues.
Well,
I know that you were stalked. I know that you.
Anyway,
the
the guy, and my best friend went into full karate mode at the time, Tara.
Okay.
And she went into full karate mode, and the guy really legit got scared and backed out of the elevator. And
when you say stalked, had this guy been stalking you for a while?
yes, because
Okay.
2 days later he followed me to the grocery store,
Gotcha.
and he somewhat did the same thing, but I actually called him out on it, and I approached him, and I said, I have you on tape. I went through the whole thing. And without going into too much detail of that, because I've since gotten over that, it took me a long time to get through that. It left an indelible mark. But a year and a half or 2 years later, I had went out on a date with someone, and I had my best friend as a chaperone. I wouldn't go out with anyone unless she chaperoned.
Okay.
I only went on one date with him, and then that was it. Cut to 30 years later, and a mutual friend of ours I met, and that's a whole other story for another time, he and his wife. And he's like, oh, you have to come to my friend's restaurant. Come out with my wife and I to my friend's restaurant. And so I did. And when I was telling my friend about it, she was like, oh, yeah, you went on a date with him 30 years ago. Yes. And I didn't remember because I have a point to the story because I was still going through so much with having been
Stalked?
Yeah. That it's almost like I blocked some stuff out,
Right.
And it's a real thing. And I don't know if you've ever seen that movie with Sigourney Weaver. I think it was called Copycat, I think. I'm not sure.
I think so. Was she like she was like a homicide detective or some kind of person who would solve crime? Not a detective, but she was like an independent person who would solve crimes, help the police.
Yes, and she got stalked and attacked, and a bunch of stuff happens, and she couldn't go outside her house. She could not go outside, and I could totally identify with that. And it just goes to show you, it's things like that can leave a real mark. Yes, and
Rob Schneider had a show. I don't know if it's still on, called Real Rob. It was on either HBO or Showtime or something, and it was about him. He and his new wife produced it and everything else, and he had a stalker, and his stalker was always looking at him over the bushes, and it got to be funny. So one day his assistant couldn't do it. He went to his stalker. Hey, can you drive me to my interview? So he was having the stalker drive him around, and by the end of the episode, the stalker's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to go back to stalking you. I don't want to be part of your life. Can I just be the guy behind the bushes? He goes, yeah, sure.
Oh my God.
So I was thinking, if somebody's stalking, hey, let's go out. You get with a bunch of people, not just the two of you. You get with a bunch of people, and then they
diffuses it for sure.
And then they're not interested anymore. They go,
yeah. Well, I don't know. Anyway, that was kind of an interesting story. Anything happening with you?
No.
You having a good day?
I'm having a horrible day.
I'm sorry.
Having such a bad day. I've been getting up early for work, like 5 a.m., to do something with people on the East Coast. And then, which is why I'm in sweatpants today, because I was working for like 5
Aren't you
days.
always?
Yeah, I'm not going to be on camera. What do you care? But it's just, I've been having to get much sleep because I've been up late at night.
Yeah, those are early. It's hard, especially if you get used to sleeping in a little bit and your body, like your whole circadian rhythm gets messed up and you have to like readjust.
Well, I was, yesterday I got up at 5 and I had to go work. So I worked and then I had to leave to go meet somebody, and I came back and it was like 9:30 or whatever it is. And I already been up for 4 or 5 hours. So I'm dragging, so I walk into the bedroom, I grab some clothes. Irina would rather have me shower outside while she's sleeping. She doesn't get up till 10. And as I'm like, she says, "Can you shut the door?" And I'm like, "I've been up for 5 hours working, lady. Don't give me this shut the door, because the 3 protons of light have come in and somehow found their way to your eye."
You know what I have to say about that?
Yeah, I know. You agree with Bob.
I'm going to go with that, Rena.
Okay. Who's on the show today?
Okay, so I was going to tell you the story in the intro, but I'm going to wait until I get on the air with this amazing, talented country music singer. So
He
you
sounds
just have to.
as good as Eric Burgett.
He is Eric Burgett, and I am.
Is it Burgett?
Burgett. I cannot even believe, like, this is how crazy life is, and I'm not gonna. You have to just stay tuned, because you have to listen to the story and you have to hear. Yes, no, the audience, because it really, truly is.
I can leave.
Incredible. I would prefer.
Oh, yeah.
But I just is amazing how you sometimes don't even know you'll find yourself in a situation where you're like, wait, what? And that's all I'll say about this, because it's incredible story. So.
All right.
That's
a teaser to make people listen to the next 2 commercials before the guy comes on.
It's so good.
All right. See you in... who did 2 and 2?
Chuck Woolery.
See you in, probably about 15 and 7.
If you stop talking.
I don't get to talk too much. All right. See you soon. This episode is sponsored by Brizo Healthy Fruit Tonic. With Manuka honey and apple cider vinegar, less than 4 grams of sugar, and under 35 calories per can, each of Brizo's 4 flavors not only taste great, they are an excellent source of vitamin C. Brizo boosts your immune system and is great for your post-workout recovery. Brizo, available on Amazon and at brizo.com. We want to take a minute and talk to you about ExpressVPN. Most people don't know that your internet provider, many websites, and even apps collect all of your data and then sell it to whoever's willing to pay for it. They know what websites you visited, what products you've bought, what products you looked at and did not buy, and some people can even copy your passwords and usernames and then access your private accounts. ExpressVPN encrypts all of your data and sends it from their servers, so no one knows where you are. With ExpressVPN, people may think you're in Bangladesh when you're really in Chicago. They would think you're in South America when you're really in Detroit. ExpressVPN protects you from hackers who try to steal your information, and also from spies who try to use your data for their own nefarious purposes. ExpressVPN also allows you unrestricted access to all parts of the internet. How does it work? ExpressVPN uses the best-in-class encryption. Whenever you are connected to ExpressVPN, every piece of data going in and out of your devices goes through a secure encrypted tunnel and cannot be seen. Not by the government, not by hackers, not by your internet service provider, not even by ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN also employs IP masking. Every device has a unique IP address, which can be traced back to you. When you use ExpressVPN, your connection gets routed through one of their 3,000 plus servers, hiding your real IP address and replacing it with one of their own. This allows you to browse the web truly anonymously. With servers in 94 different countries, you have a wide variety of places you can choose to appear from. ExpressVPN also provides 24/7 customer support with live chat, which means your question will be answered within seconds, not hours or days. It is also one of the easiest apps to use. Just open the app, and with one click, you're protected. It is also physically impossible for any of ExpressVPN's servers to store logs of any customers. And ExpressVPN is a top-rated VPN provider, rated #1 by CNET, The Verge, Wired, TechRadar, and many more. Just go to expressvpn.com/Cory to get 3 extra months free with a 12-month plan. This is a limited-time offer for the Coriolis Effect with Cory Oliver listeners. Again, get 3 months free with a 12-month plan. Go to expressvpn.com/Cory. With ExpressVPN, you can protect all of your digital devices, your computers, your phones, your tablets, everything, and have no more border restrictions. Again, that's expressvpn.com/Cory. No, I literally have a minute, and I got to make sure his level's good.
Yes.
Okay. I guess check 1 2. What's going on, everybody?
Do that again.
Check. What's going
let's
on,
start the show.
everybody? Hey, how y'all doing?
Oh my goodness. I'm almost, do I ever get nervous?
Every episode.
No,
you cry
I don't.
every episode, but you don't get nervous.
I cry every episode, but I have to just start this show off. First of all,
Jack Wagner.
Yes. First of all, welcome to the show, Eric Burgett.
Thank you all for having me. Appreciate you.
Listen, this isn't. I look how nervous I am. I'm so excited because you don't even understand.
You're starstruck.
I'm not. It's not that I'm. Yes, kind of in a sense, but in a way, like wait till you hear the story, Eric. I have been following Eric for a long time. He's a country music singer out of Nashville. Unbelievably talented. Just incredible. I started following you in the beginning of COVID on TikTok. And I was like, this guy is phenomenal. He is a prolific songwriter. He has a beautiful voice. He's musically like amazing. So I'm following him on TikTok, and cut to a year and a half later, I go down to San Diego to visit my daughter who lives down there. And we went out with her boyfriend and her boyfriend's mom, and we went to karaoke, and then we went to Moonshine after. I had absolutely no idea you were there because I don't follow San Diego anything. And I go in, and her boyfriend and his friends had gotten the side bench on stage at his show, Bob. I'm on stage on the side watching this unbelievable man perform. You are an incredible performer, by the way. I just can't even believe.
Thank you so much.
You engage with your audience, your songs, your music. You made our night so wonderful. And I just can't believe that, you were so gracious. I reached out to your manager, and he was kind enough to connect us, and you're here today. And I have so many questions for you, and you did not know that story, and you agreed to do this anyway. And so, I mean, honestly, you're just amazing.
I gotta say that is super cool because we didn't have much time to talk after my show, right? Like it was we got off the stage and they start the post show DJ set, and then I'm so glad my guitar player came backstage and was like, "Hey, there's a gal who wants to meet you, and I met you side stage, and
you're a gal."
Well, I asked him. I said to you, as a guitar player, I said, I'd love to have you guys on our podcast. You guys, it was just so great, and I didn't put two and two together because I've been following you for a long time. And we came halfway through the show. So I was bummed that I only got half of your show, but I got the best half. I got the end. And you were just amazing with your audience, really, truly engaged with them. And we didn't want you to leave. We really didn't. It was just amazing. So
I appreciate that. That's so nice of you. Thank you.
So the next time, go to a show and leave after the first half.
No, I'm going to the whole show. I was like, oh my gosh. Amy, he's just incredible. Wait, I mean, his music too. He's going to play for us. But first, Bob has a word that you're going to try to guess.
All right, Eric, I'm going to say and read you a word. It is a phobia word, if I can spell it right. Hold on a second. Yeah, these key biscuits so close together. I need you to tell me the meaning of this word.
Planophobia.
Siri doesn't know. It's planophobia. Plano. Phobia. Planophobia.
Plano?
Plano, not piano. Planophobia.
Plano or pano. Plano?
P-L-A-N.
Yeah, okay. She was speaking really fast there at first.
Hold on, let me get ready. All right, I'm ready. Go ahead.
Planophobia is going to be the fear of planning.
The fear of playing the piano.
Close.
Fear of playing music.
It's the fear of pianos.
Fear of pianos, which, let me tell you something, Eric is not afraid of. So just
I think in Latin, plano is piano. That's why.
Yeah.
That'd be super scary if I was afraid of pianos. I'd be scared of that. That's terrible.
Well, your background, you play the piano. You guys are similar. Bob plays the piano too, plays the guitar. You play all these instruments, and before we go into you playing, I mean, I have every single one of your songs on my phone. But you've opened for Chris Stapleton, Rodney Atkins, Lee Brice, Phil Vassar, Clint Black, Jim Brickman, but he was the headliner at Moonshine, and let me tell you, if you get a chance to see. I can't say enough about you.
Thank you.
No, I'm trying, but I literally can't. And you know what? One of the greatest things about you is, and I'm going to stop talking, but you can see how excited I am. I have all these notes about your songs, and we're going to talk about that. And, you have written every single one of your songs from the bottom of your heart and with your whole heart. And it shows just listening to them, and you just draw people in a way that is incredible. So I don't know what you're going to play for us today, but I'd love to hear you play.
Oh, I'd love to play for y'all. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me, and it truly means a lot to hear that story earlier, because I don't necessarily get to hear a lot of those stories, like verbally spoken like that. I get emails and I get Facebook messages, and I didn't know that story when I met you that night. So that's cool. Thank your daughter, thank your daughter's boyfriend's friends for hanging out with us, and we'll be back out in Moonshine later this year too. So
I'll be there.
I'll definitely.
I will be there. Watch the whole show. And what's really great is that it was my first time out with my daughter. She's 22, and it was our first time kind of going out and dancing and doing karaoke, and so you really made it special. And so thank you.
Thank you.
So let me ask you a couple questions before you play. I don't know. Look, I'm really tearing up. I'm literally like tears are coming from my eyes. And I think what was so special is that I have followed you for a while on your TikTok. You have a great TikTok page, and TikTok has been a great forum because you're able to tell your story and play your music. One of my favorite songs of yours, Stop Hitting the Table. Okay.
That's why I said it silently, mouthed it, so you wouldn't say it over there. But since you said it over there, stop hitting the table and your notes.
Is Blessed Beyond Believing.
Thank you so much.
And there's a line in there. There's a line that says, "This woman has faith in me even when the grass ain't green." And I know you're speaking about your wife.
My wife, yeah.
Tell me what inspired you behind that song.
Well, that song, I had that idea, that title for a while, Blessed Beyond Believing. I was sitting down at the piano one day, and I got to thinking, there's a lot of stuff we go through in life, turmoil, adversity, but there's always something to be grateful for in life. There's always something. In the darkest times, there's always something, whether it's another day waking up, whether it's the blue skies, whether it's my wife, and she really helps me through a lot during in my career, during times where I'm like in question, like where is my dream gonna take me, in a year from now, whatever. And she is always super supportive of me, and we had met, like 11 years before we even dated. We met in college, and
crazy is that story, Bob.
I was a senior in high school, but she was a junior in college. But anyway, so eventually we got engaged, and then she kind of knew I was doing the music thing, and she didn't really know how serious I was about it until she came to one of my shows in Chicago, and we reconnected per se, and then like 2 years later we got married. So it was pretty cool.
And you know what I'm going to say? I'm just going to jump in and say, like, I've watched all of your TikToks and Instagram, and you have this greatest relationship. You're funny with her, and I think one of them I saw, she was like showing you her jeans, and your response was hilarious.
Oh,
and what I loved about
one.
it was so funny. And I love that you are a man of faith. You are a family man, and you can go out and perform and engage an audience like I've never seen. I've only seen it one other time. I've been to many, many concerts, and they're all great. Everyone's a great performer, but you just really connect with them, and it's because you've gone through a lot of the stuff that you have obviously written about,
Thank you.
Easy.
That's first and foremost, I believe in, if you're gonna be on the stage in front of whatever, 10 people, 100 people, 2,000 people, like it is on the West Coast at Moonshine. I try to find people in the audience, and I like look at them in the eyes and just make sure they're having a good time, and also make them feel welcome, because there's nothing like that, especially being out with
You really
that.
did. You did.
Thank you.
You did just that. I remember you said, you asked you were talking about birthdays. You said, is there anybody's birthday here? And we were with someone whose birthday it was, and her name was Linda. And you were like, Linda.
I remember her. Yeah. I remember y'all's crew. Y'all were fun. Y'all were so fun.
I know. We had so much fun. I was just blown away. Well, can you play? I have a lot more questions and but I'm thinking maybe we can play like a little bit of all these songs that I have written down here.
Sure, I'd love to.
So we can just get snippets and then
just
people.
play a verse or chorus or one or two.
Yeah. Let's do Blessed Beyond Believing.
Yeah, sure. Lord, I gotta say, there's a lot on my mind today. Like that fence that needs a fresh coat, and fields that need a shot of rain. Here I am, front pew Sunday morning, trying to make sense of the sermon while I'm singing every chorus. There's a lot out there I still don't understand. I know that stained glass Jesus, he must have me in his hands, 'cause I have all I need. This woman has faith in me, even when the grass ain't green. Corn grows and the sun shines. I still got dreams worth dreaming, so many reasons to keep breathing. That's the beauty of being blessed beyond believing.
Yes, that is just one of a few songs we're going to hear on this interview because that is so beautiful. It's one of those things that gives you that chill factor, you know?
Thank you.
It's beautiful. I would love to know, I have a list of questions here, sorry. Tell me about the corn crib.
The corn crib. I would love to. So
Yes.
corn crib was it's history in my hometown. It's probably like the only bar that's ever been in my hometown. Like it's on the outskirts. It used to be called the Green Towers, and they were always constructed like grain silos, corn silos, grain bins, whatever y'all call them out there. I'm used to the term grain bins, where we store corn and everything. Well, my family ended up rebuilding that bar, and it's made out of 2 grain bins, and it's where I started playing music back it was in high school. I used to play on this old ragtime piano during the dinner hours, and that's how I made a lot of my tips. So that's
Really?
a lot of that started. So,
Do you come from a musical family, or did your parents play, or was this just something that you kind of said, hey, I want to play the piano, I want to sing, I want to do country music?
I really took after my older brother Elliot. So like I really didn't start playing out a whole lot until like late middle school, early high school, like at the corn crib. But I really started playing piano when I was 4 years old, and I took after my older brother Elliot, who's a couple years older than I am, and he started playing songs by the Beach Boys, and I would play by ear what he had played. And my sister, she played oboe in band. My younger brother Evan played saxophone, but my parents, not really. My dad dabbled in guitar a little bit, but
Wow, so you have a musical ear. A lot of people, some people read music. Bob, you have the same thing. You have a musical ear. You can just listen to something.
Horrible ear. I read music.
Oh, well, sorry. I stand corrected.
No, it was always one thing I was envious of. People have like perfect pitch.
Yeah.
And it just drives me nuts. Cause,
yeah.
It takes me a long time to learn something.
Sometimes I'd rather just play by ear than read music and play by ear, because sometimes you read what's on the page, or you're trying to read what's on the page, but your ears, you want to play.
Yeah, it all depends on who wrote the music, because it's usually not the guy who wrote the song, and they're not, half the time they're way off.
Very true.
Well, it has definitely served you well, because you are incredible, and you're like one with the stage when you're performing. There's another song that I'd love to talk about, and hopefully we can hear a little bit about that one. There's a song you wrote about your wedding called Sometimes Late at Night. And I've always said, you know what? That will be like one day if someone writes a song about me, that will be like the pinnacle of, So what did your wife, well, first of all, tell me, or sing us something from the song, and then tell me what your wife did when she heard this song first.
Yeah,
And did you play it for her before, or did you surprise her at your wedding?
For sure. I'll elaborate on that just a little bit. So starting out, the song, has the piano intro. And that's kind of the main hook line. That is the hook line of the piano coming into it. And also part of the melody in the chorus. Well, my wife never heard any bit of it before our wedding. Just me dabbling at the piano. She's like, "Oh, what?" Like one day she came in my studio and was like, "What is that you're playing?" I'm like, "Oh, just something I'm working
Can't tell
on." Can't tell you. And so, sure enough, at our wedding, our first dance, we had our tune picked out, but little did she know, I switched things up last minute and I played this song. Sometimes late at night, when you're sleeping, I find myself awake, and it feels like I'm the one who's dreaming. Sometimes late at night, I see you lying there. I know I found the answer to my prayer. I got a heart full of dreams and fears. You say I worry, say I think too much. I don't believe I could take it here in a world without your touch. For everything that's wrong in life, when I got you by my side, I know it's all gonna be alright. It's so clear. Sometimes late at night.
I'm like, yes, that's it. Wow. What was her reaction other than tears of joy?
It was. We have it on video. I wish I could have pulled it up. I'll send it to you or something. I don't know.
Yes, send it to us so we can put it in here.
Yeah, please.
We totally we walked out on the dance floor. We got married at the Country Music Hall of Fame in Nashville,
Wow.
Tennessee. And there's a big reasoning behind that. First, her grandpa is in the Hall of Fame, and he was part of a comedy country duo called Homer and Jethro back in the day.
Yeah.
And they were on the Hee Haw channel, the RFD TV and stuff. And anyway, we all that to say, we were able to get dibs on the Hall of Fame that weekend, and that's where we got married. So first of all, it was very special for Amy and I both to be there and her in front of her grandpa's plaque. But also, I'm living out this dream of mine too, and hoping someday I can be there. And so we walk out on the dance floor. I snuck the CD to our DJ, and he started playing the song, and Amy was just like, "What is going on?" And she was in tears. I was in tears. We're just jamming to the music. We're just dancing, and it was just us. It was awesome. It felt like just us in that room. Of course, we were with all our best friends and family. So.
Was it hard when I saw that TikTok? Because you have to see his TikTok. They're great. They're amazing and emotional and truthful and powerful. And was that hard to sing that? Like when you're so emotional? Like was it hard to get that out?
It was all joy. Like it was.
Yeah.
I just every time I sing that song, I can't get enough of it. And it was even more special. It's been more special to see all the folks make videos with the song and share their love story. And I think we're like well over above 1,000 videos people have made, and that's really special for me because I haven't really been make a video of it's like people just doing it. And I really started pushing it around Valentine's Day. I think I recorded a video of me singing it and put it on TikTok, and folks were just, it's a love song, so everybody was feeling the love, and it's been just keeping going since then. So
Yeah, no, there's no doubt you have a huge following. You're so incredible. So let me ask you, because how has your faith carried you through some of the hard times? And I know that there's, you shared a lot of this, so I can say it, but maybe you can share with our audience the accident that you had gone through and, how kind of God helped you through that.
yeah, so grew up, going way back, I grew up in a Methodist church in my small town of Latham, Illinois, about 400 people, give or take these days. I don't know, there's folks moving there, folks moving away, people passing on, and, it's has a rich history of farmland and faith and music. And, well, I grew up playing piano in my church, played during the offerings. I think I was always asking our piano player, Gene, or our organ player, Sue, if I could get up on the piano and play during an offering, and they would let me. So it all stems from that upbringing, and I firmly believe in my faith in God and know that He has, things in store for all of us, and leading people to my music and leading me to people through my music, like you, Cory, and I think it's just been a blessing to continue that and putting, faith in my music. If anytime I get a chance to put God in a song, I'll do it. Put the word angel, put blessing, put anything, and I'm not afraid to show that, and I hope that people can relate to that. So,
well, it definitely resonates, and I know that you had a car accident, right?
Yeah. So that happened actually in college. My first, I want to say I was a freshman. It was my first year in college, and I was out with some friends. We were actually at a friend's apartment about 5 minutes from campus. We were on our way back, and I was going to a meeting on campus, and I actually had 2 or 3 of my old high school friends with me visiting that weekend, and we were on our way back to campus. We literally got right back to campus, and all of a sudden, we were going through an intersection. We had the green light. Guy over here ran a stoplight and hit us on the side, and my friend had a little bit of whiplash. My buddy in the back seat was fine. All the windshield was gone, and I came to, and I was like, wow, that just happened so fast. And to know God was watching over all of us, and knowing that we woke up the next day, and I just couldn't believe it, It was.
You're blessed beyond believing. It's a
Absolutely.
blessed beyond believing moment.
that is 100% right there. So
I mean, we all have. I always say we all have a test that becomes our testimony. And it's what you do with it. If you can turn your pain into your purpose, and you've certainly been doing that through a lot of your music, and it's good pain and it's bad pain and it's heartfelt pain, but it's things that people can identify with. So
yeah, thank you.
I'm skipping back and forth because I'm such a lyric person. I actually wrote a song myself, but that's a story for another day. And I'm all about lyrics. And so sorry, I'm quoting all your lyrics, but I wanted to say
thank you. This means a lot, so thank you so much.
Well, it says, if I make it into heaven, I have a lot to ask about, like why you're giving me so much more than I deserve when there are others in the street living in a world of hurt. And like that to me is somebody who has compassion and empathy, but it's also, you are grateful. It just says that in that sentence, just how grateful you are for what God has given you.
Yeah, thank you so much for identifying with that and sharing that. That's 100% right there. There's we're fine right here. There's a lot of people out there that are going through pain, and you said it perfect, make your pain your purpose, and that's there's pain out there, and we know we can do something about it, and I really wanted to shine a spotlight on that for folks to realize in that song. So
yeah, no, it's beautiful. Another one that kind of is a little bit like that is Rich Man. It's like, you don't have to have a huge giant bank account to be a rich man.
Right on.
Right?
Yeah, 100%. That's, I wrote that song with my buddies Kyle Jacobs and Brian Bunn, and we actually wrote that song, I think it was about a month and a half before my wedding. So I was in that wedding season of like love, writing all these love songs, and you can't go wrong with a love song. No matter when you put it out, like, or when you write it, So my buddy Kyle had the idea of Rich Man, and we wanted to put a spin on it. Exactly what you said. You don't need the fancy thing. You don't need, all you need is what you have, and do what you can with what you have, and that's the blue sky. Maybe a cold beer in the can. Just sitting with the people you love, and that's really what makes me a rich man.
A rich man, yeah. And the fact that you can see that, it's so beautiful. And so in 2000, I'm skipping back and forth here because I have so many notes on you. Sorry.
You're good. We're hanging.
I'm like
out.
so excited that this happened like 2 weeks ago, and I want to just give a shout out to, if it's okay. In 2018, you signed with your management group, it's Bow to Stern Group, right?
Yep.
Yeah, because I had gotten the email wrong, and I had sent it to them, and I was like waiting every day to see if I could get an email back from you. And then,
sorry about that.
But no, it's not you. It's probably me. I probably wrote it wrong, but I wanted to say that they're great, and they must be so excited with someone like you, because you pop out these songs. I mean, you release a song did I read it right? Every 6 weeks? Or?
Every 6 weeks, yeah. Every 6 weeks we're cranking out a song, and that's just something that we've been, rolling with. That's our method, I guess. And we just want to keep them rolling and keep the fans rolling, and, whatever song we put out, then the fan will see, or the new fan, hopefully new fans, will see my song I put out just 6 weeks ago, and it's just a cool method we've been doing. And my management team, they're family to me. They're like, oh man.
They're wonderful.
I love them. They're awesome.
They really are. I'm giving a huge shout out to Alex and your management team at Bow to Stern. So tell me your band members' names.
Okay, so lately I've been, because I've had a bunch of different kind of shows lined up.
Right, okay.
Like Moonshine is full band, obviously, but then, I'll be playing the Bluebird Cafe in Nashville May 1st, which is like we call it a power acoustic. It's like cajon, piano, bass. And so we don't have a full weekend with the same band, so I have to pick and choose. But I have a list of guys, and there's too many of them to name. Probably like 15.
I know you guys all go on tour with each other, so it's hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you guys were tight at
Thank
Moonshine.
You so much.
I tell you.
Yeah, my list of guys, they know all my tunes. They know what to expect at a Eric Burgett show. So no stress there. It's like putting a guitar player I had 6 months ago in with a bass player I had just last week.
Yeah, it was like effort. It was just so smooth. So smooth.
Thank you.
And thank you. Are you kidding? I'm jumping around because I have I have so much to talk to you about in such little time. But Angel to Save Me. Tell me what inspired that song, and then maybe you can play a little bit from that song. So beautiful. I mean,
thank you.
Every time I listen to it, I just am in tears.
Oh man, that song I wrote pretty recently. I wrote it with my producer Matt and then our buddy Kyle. I had sat down and played this melody on the piano, and I don't even know where it came from. They come from, as you know, as a songwriter, like you hear things in your head, and you have to get it down. You're on paper, on voice memo, and I was just humming this melody, and for some reason, I think it was God that led me to, God sent an angel to save me tonight, and that's kind of cool. Like, now where do we go from there? So I brought it into the studio. We were writing with my buddy Kyle on Zoom, actually, but Matt and I were in his studio. And so I had the piano, Matt and I were kind of doing our thing. He had a track going, and we were like, okay, well, let's think of where an angel could save you. Like, are you in hard times? Are you in, like, heartbreak times? Whatever. Maybe you're in a bar, like, under the neon lights. I don't know. So we made it that, because you just never know when or where. First of all, when, but second of all, they can show up anywhere in the most unlikely of places. So that was the whole, ain't it funny what shines under the neon lights? And we made it all about, we go through ups and downs with life, we go through ups and downs with love, and, perfect timing is everything.
It is, and I actually resonate with this song because I do have it. I'm not going to go into it right now, but I do have an angel that saved me. And his name was David, and it was a crazy, incredible story. And so when I heard this song, it was like, yes. So maybe you can play a little bit for our audience.
Yeah, I'd love to. More than it was found. Tried drinking up the pieces, cause I broken up a dreaming. They didn't walk the reason, a sweet song to believe in. God sent an angel to save me tonight. And funny what shines under them neon lights. I wasn't expecting this kind of connection could bring me this close. God sent an angel to save me tonight. Yeah, save me tonight. Life has been downs and ups, love has been ups and downs. I guess when it came to love, mine was lost, but now it's found.
I love that song. I mean, every song of yours has what I like to call, and both of you guys will know, an earworm. It's like every one of your songs has it, and that's what blows my mind. Is it's that thing that sticks with you that you're done listening to that song and you're still singing it in the car.
Wow,
it's
thank
amazing.
You. Appreciate you.
It's amazing. I know Bob's over here. He's watching you play the piano because he is in.
Well, hold on. No, I was looking at the number 28 music row behind you.
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
That's my little plaque for getting 28 on the radio for my.
Oh, very cool. Okay.
One of my
the Billboard
songs.
Charts. Nice.
It was Music Row Charts. It's like.
Okay.
It's the one that the labels use and everything in
Gotcha.
town and all around the country. Yeah, I put out a song called Swing Low, Sweet Old Cadillac.
Right.
And we did it with Hardee's fast food chains, and they sponsored us, and that was
cool.
like back in 2019. So yeah, we hit 28 on the charts that year.
Way to go.
But you got 26 on another song of yours.
That was the Sometimes Late at Night.
Sometimes late at night. Yeah.
That plaque's being made right now.
I'm telling you, I can't. We got to keep the props where they're. I've read everything about you, Eric, and
I gotta say, Alex helps get the news out and puts all those press kits together. So Alex, if you're watching, man, props to you. And thank you so much, Cory.
No, are you kidding? It's really one of those things that I talk about this all the time. That's why your music resonates with me, because you're on TikTok, you're on Instagram, you really do engage with your fans. And it's always an incredible thing when you can do that, because people are going through a lot, especially right now. And if they can hold on to a song or just one little sentence, I mean, some of the things that you post are, you're identifying with people. And so you're not just turning your pain into your purpose, you're helping others in a way that is, we didn't really see this years ago when I was growing up. We didn't have all these, media outlets that we could really reach out and feel closer to our fans. I feel like I'm getting a private concert today. Hey, I'm so excited.
I love doing this stuff. I tell you, I think the pandemic, so I did my radio tour I did a radio tour with the song I was talking about. That was in 2019. Well, then the pandemic hit, and then radio, I was supposed to do another radio tour, but everything got moved to Zoom. And so it was cool to have Zoom save us in a lot of that, in that instance. But social media, I mean, yeah, I love engaging with fans and hey, where you want me to play a show next? I want to come to your neighborhood. And someone says they love my song Angel to Save Me because they literally were saved by an angel. And that means so much to me. My songs are living out. You know, they're not just meant to be listened to, but it's like meant to be experienced. And like I love hearing
it's
those
so
stories.
true. And that's the thing about the beginning of COVID is when I first found you on TikTok. Because, you know, I had a lot of time on my hands. And I would just kind of sift through, you know, my TikTok, and there I saw you. And it was something that just, your music just resonated. And so I can't thank you enough. I know I'm so excited today. I'm sorry to our editor, Cade.
We're going to have to do some... Wish I had a drummer. Well, you can be my drummer.
I go right here. Yeah. I'm your drummer. I'm killing sound. Yes,
I was going to ask, how do you write through Zoom with the delay?
Oh, it can be a mess, man. We have to, like, if I'm playing, like, everybody else has to stay quiet or mute themselves. But my producer, though, he has it figured out. Like, his studio, he has it, like, professionally set up where there's no delay. So I'll be playing and he could have a guitar, because he did sessions over Zoom during the pandemic, and probably a lot of money to get that thing set up. I just probably couldn't.
Well, there's a couple of apps and websites that are supposed to allow you to rehearse and jam with other people, but the latency is still, it's not perfect.
It's not perfect, man.
No. I mean, if you have a T1 line, you got to be really, everybody's got to be really, really fast. So.
Oh yeah.
Well, tell me who influenced you musically growing up, and then who influences you now?
Yeah, so when I was growing up, I listened to a lot of Billy Joel. He still is a big inspiration, and so, you know, riding on the tractor with my dad, we'd be listening to like Ronnie Millsap, even some of the more rock stuff like Bob Seger, who had piano-driven stuff. Right. That kind of thing. You all know it out there. But mostly piano guys, like Billy Joel, Ronnie Millsap, Charlie Rich, the Silver Fox, Jerry Lee Lewis, Great Balls of Fire.
I was just going to say Jerry Lee Lewis, yeah.
Oh, man. He played the Opry just not too long ago. He's still cooking, man. I think he hopped up on the piano and everything. And
wait, that's one of the things that I loved about your show, Eric, is that you have that same joyful, like, energy that you can't help but want to get out of your seat and dance.
Oh,
honestly.
Thank you.
There was not one person sitting down, and that's what was so exciting about it. You just brought it.
Thank you so much. Well, I definitely say I kicked over the piano bench a long time ago, but I'm sitting on a bar stool right now, so it doesn't count. I stand and play piano, so I've never. The only time I sat down is classical music.
I do the same thing. I stand when I play, and it's very hard to sit and play.
It's totally different. Man.
First of all, the piano's at a different level.
Yeah.
And I had different stands that I played out on stage and then I had my studio, and it was about a 2-inch difference. I had to get the exact same stand because it's a big deal.
It is. The smallest little increment, man, it'll mess with you. I have a cross stand that I use sometimes for, like, if I go into meetings and play or, songwriting rounds, but I built a piano shell. I didn't have it out there in San Diego, Cory, but I built a piano shell. I custom built it myself to be my height.
Wow.
That I wanted. So.
Well, he was on every inch of the stage, just having fun and really engaging. And you sounded so. It was the acoustics, and it was great. It was amazing. I know, because how often do I get this excited? Like I get excited, but it's just. You made my whole night. My daughter and I are still talking about it, and it was one of those moments that we'll never, ever, ever forget. And then, of course, the story behind it, not knowing. I didn't know I was going to show up and see this person that I had been following on TikTok and loving their music. I show up and you're performing. Like, that was
You know what? I
moment.
gotta say something, too. That was a weekend of that kind of thing, too. Like, I'm so glad I heard your story because I had a old college buddy that actually he's in the military out there on base, and he was actually going downtown the first night I played, which was Moonshine Beach. The first night I played at Moonshine Beach on Friday, and he showed up. He walked in the venue, and he saw Eric Burgett on the stage. He's like, "What?" And so he found me after the show, and I'm like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "I'm stationed out here." It was so cool. So it was.
See,
that was
that's
awesome.
what's
Awesome weekend
that's
for
what's
that.
so great about social media too, is that you've, it just full circle moment. But we do share, just so you know, a mutual, how would I say it, sponsor?
Friend
Or
sponsor?
yeah,
I don't
sponsor.
know what you're talking
Yeah.
The Anheuser-Busch
Oh.
Company.
Oh yeah, my Bush Light crew.
Your Bush Light crew.
Huh.
I've seen some of your cute, not really cute, but your cool videos. And sorry, but I was a Bud Light girl. With
Were you really? That's cool.
well, actually, I wasn't a Bud Light girl. That
about. It
sounds
was last year, right?
yeah. No, I was actually, oddly enough, I was
You were in
In-
a Bud Light commercial.
in a Bud Light commercial, and I was 7 months pregnant in the
No
commercial. And
way.
it was that mouse commercial.
Yeah, the guy shot the mouse across the into the next apartment. She came running in saying there's a mouse, but she had Bud Light.
No kidding. I need to rewatch that. That's
Well,
awesome.
watch this episode because we'll play it right now.
No, you know,
Okay.
play it again and again
Do
and
it.
again. But it's on my Instagram page. But Anheuser-Busch is a great company. I remember I shot that commercial and they actually sent a nice letter, and they just are a great company. So
Yeah, I will say, yeah, I can definitely vouch for that. They're awesome. I'll get like little Bush boxes. I don't know if I have one in here, but actually my computer's sitting on it right now. But it's to elevate it. But it's a Bush box, and they'll send me like hats and shirts, and they're just cool, really cool people.
yeah, they are great. Tell me how COVID affected your everything for you. I know you wrote a lot via Zoom, but I mean, I know it's over now. But is there anything that you have to say about the whole thing? It's like a random question,
Well,
but
how it affected your.
I kind of wanted to know how it.
writing.
Well, here's the
What
thing.
do you have to say?
Exactly. Are you writing a song about it? COVID.
Yeah, no kidding. I really should have. I saw other folks doing it before I even thought about doing something like that. I was like, man, that's actually pretty genius. To I don't know. I heard one very genius COVID song, but anyway, it was crazy. So, my last show before COVID happened. So first of all, the tornado happened in Nashville, like a couple days before March, whatever 7th or whatever. Maybe it was March 7th, but we weren't affected by the tornado. We were lucky, and we had a lot of friends who were affected, and they made out though. They did. Luckily no one was hurt that we knew of. God bless those that were going through a lot of those things. But next day after the tornado, or 2 days later, we were flying out to San Diego, and that was the first time I played Moonshine. And that was my last show before everything shut down. So it's really weird that, like, now we're talking about San Diego. It's like, I don't know, time flies.
It is. I'm telling you, it's crazy.
And so when we get
The reason why I
back-
ask you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, like, when everything shut down, all my shows got canceled. We had well over, I want to say 20, 25 shows that got canceled, and that's my livelihood. That's my income. And all I could do was hunker down and do what I could with what I had at the time, and that was Zoom. I taught piano lessons. I was teaching through a college here in town, Belmont University, and luckily I still was able to do that and write songs. And I actually went home to the family farm a lot to help on the farm and make some income. So
That's so beautiful, and I think about people like you in those moments, because when you love what you do. I told my daughter this. She called me halfway through college. She's like, "Mommy, I'm going to switch my major. I don't know what to do." And I said, "Just pick something that you love, because you'll never spend a day working in your life."
absolutely.
And it's clearly evident that you absolutely love what you do. It shows in your performance and in your music. And so to have all that, kind of harnessed up inside of you for all this time, that must have been difficult, not to just go out there and hit that stage and, perform.
Yeah, I lived vicariously through Zoom, like literally, like being on stage, doing Facebook Lives for people, and
Yeah.
I was like, man, it would be awesome to be on the other side of the screen performing for y'all in person right now. But, you know, we were all blessed to be able to use social media like we could and still do.
Yeah.
I know it definitely made me a go-getter on social media and still doing it.
Dude, your TikTok is spot on. It's like, it's amazing. Tell me then about, no, thank you. You kept us all entertained and like in such a beautiful way too. It's just, you're so inspiring. Yes, you've gone through things and you've had hard times, but your delivery is so inspiring and motivating and captivating at the same time that there wasn't, I don't want to say this because I don't want to minimize your pain, but you can walk away from your TikTok pages, even though there may be something sad or hard or filled with joy. And that is a blessing when everyone's going through such a difficult time. Which brings me to my next song that I hope you'll play. And that'll be our last one, if that's okay with you. I mean, I could go through your whole entire playlist. But it's now one of my favorite songs, and I listen to it every day since I have seen you. And that's Wild Girl. And it's because it was so much fun. It was so much fun. We danced the whole song.
Heck yeah. Thank you. That means a lot. I wrote this song with my producer, Matt, and then my buddy, Lonnie Fowler. And I had this idea of you drive me wild, wild girl. And having the phrase continue on to make the hook Wild Girl, but the way it flowed and everything. But then my producer, he put the whole feel on it in the chorus that made it what it is. And you're going to hear it literally bare bones with just piano and how it started. So no production or anything. So this is kind of, okay. But yeah, I wrote it for all the wild girls out there. Just kind of about how anybody you love can make you crazy and y'all be crazy together. So let's see how crazy we both can be, you know?
Yeah.
So here we go.
I love it.
Crazy you and I can be. You drive me wild, wild girl, got me flying in the fast lane. You know I like the way you take the wheel, make me feel like I'm out of control. Can't keep my eyes on the road. Yeah, you drive me crazy. You do it so easy. Drive me wild, wild girl. Set my fire, drive me wild, wild girl. Yeah. I'm a little bit crazy with the reckless streak. Let's see how crazy you and I can be.
Yes! Let me tell you guys that are listening, that song was incredible right now, but live, the entire audience of, like you said, 2,000 people were singing with you, and then you at one point put I hope, maybe my daughter has this on video, but you put the mic out, and the whole audience knew your music and was singing along, and it was an energy that was like, just so incredible. I'm telling you, Eric, you are something special, and God created you for a time as this, and he sure has given you just an amazing gift of music and just heartfelt lyrics, and just you are. I know. I've said it a million times, but you're special, and
I
again,
really appreciate that.
In a good way.
That's
yeah. Well, also I want to say I want to give props out to Amy, because with every great musician that is married has a great wife that is back at home manning the fort. A lot of people don't know they can't always go, and there are some cases where they can, but she's incredible too for supporting you and just giving you all of this material.
Oh
It's
yeah, if she were
wonderful.
here right now, she would say thank you for sure. She's out walking the dog. She usually goes out and walks the dog while I'm doing like interviews and
Yeah.
stuff. But no,
Well, I
she's-
love her, and I
she's
love her
amazing.
spirit too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love her, and she sometimes comes out with me on the road, but it kind of depends on work and if we can find somebody to watch the dog, and we might have kids
Yeah.
in this year too. We might be thinking about that, so I don't know. We'll see.
Well, aside from your marriage, having a child is the greatest love you'll
Mhm.
ever.
Cannot wait.
And I got to go experience your music with mine, and I'm actually going to your next show, so you have to let your manager let me know.
I love that. Yes, I wanna make sure I see you for sure. Like, well, yeah, we'll make it
Yes,
happen.
we
I'll
will
have
do.
him let you know. So
And Bob, maybe you and Irina
Sure,
can go.
I'll be happy to be there.
Yeah.
yeah, come on.
We have a few more minutes. Actually, we're going to Nashville to film a movie, so we're gonna have to see if you're around there.
Yes, definitely. Let
I
me
don't.
know.
I don't. Yeah. 3 words that describe you, Eric.
I always feel like this is very egotistical sometimes. When I'm like,
No, it's not. We
That's the
do
way
this
it's
with
meant.
everyone.
yeah.
There's no ego in you. You're like, Dwayne Dyer said about that. He said that ego was etching God out.
Did he?
Yeah.
Hey,
I feel
yeah.
like that was a pretty cool thing, because
Yeah.
we're not supposed to have our ego. Anyway, go ahead. 3 words.
Energy.
Yes.
That's energy. Like whether it's God's energy. Whatever. I'm just gonna say. I won't elaborate because it's supposed to be one word, right? 3 words. Energy. Second word, real. And third word, love.
Gonna say humble,
Thank you.
because not many people
Wow.
come back out of their show and say, "Hey, you are a humble man," and that's a beautiful thing. All right, we're gonna play before we wrap up, which I could talk all day, but I'm so grateful for this time. We're gonna do the word association test, which I'll say one word to you, and then you just give me the first word that pops into your
As
mind.
fast as you can, go through them 7 as fast as you can.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
There you go.
Music.
Piano.
Performing.
Compton.
Piano.
Billy Joel.
Nashville.
Music.
Yes. Love.
Wife.
I love that. Future.
Oh, future. God.
What is that word?
Say it.
I can't.
Say it the way it sounds.
Oh.
It's called, you pick one.
You pick one. Are you kidding me? He's always messing with me, Eric.
It's
I
a you.
really wanted you to go, you pick one.
Oh, I pick one.
No, Cory has to pick one.
He just he messes with me. Moonshine.
Dang, I love moonshine. Dang.
Dang.
I do too. You never know. This is why I tell people that have lost hope or that are struggling or that are at that end or that brink of like, you're just, sad or depressed, or you just never know what is around the corner.
Absolutely.
You just don't. And we all go through those moments where it's heavy and you feel like, you're in the fetal position or whatever, but like you never know when you'll end up meeting one of your very favorite artists singing
Hey,
on stage when you walk
that's-
into a.
Why worry about the things you can't control? Right? Don't worry about what's around
Yes.
the bend. Just know that who you stand for is who you stand for, and that's whether you love positivity, you're gonna get it. Just make the best out of everything you are. So.
That's right. Do you have a favorite scripture? I don't know why I ask you that, but is there something that stands out for you?
Let's see. I always go back to love is patient, love is kind, because like literally my wife and I, we got married in the Country Music Hall of Fame, right? And it's not a church. It wasn't a church, but we did talk about that. We were like, we kind of want to get married in a church, but we nowadays you don't have to get married in a church. You don't have to.
Well, God was there.
Exactly. He's there no matter what, and that's what we So we, no matter what, Amy and I do everything with love, and I think everybody can vouch for that, because that's everything.
It's one of my favorites. I actually have it posted in my downstairs guest bathroom. Love is patient, love is kind. It's Corinthians, and it is a great one. And if we can all go back to that, that was the whole original point for our show, is to bring people together. And music does that. It brings people together, and people can fellowship and rejoice and have fun like they do with you and your social media content and your concerts. And just I downloaded every single one of your songs, so I did off iTunes, but it's on. Tell me where everyone can reach and get your music. You have a website, which is tell us everything.
EricBurgett.com.
Just tell us all.
Just tell us
Don't
everything.
tell everything.
I lost my earpiece. That's why.
You're good. I was messing with mine too. These are my in-ears I use at my shows most of the time too. I have to wind it around my ear. So ericburgett.com. You go there and find everything. All the links to my socials and Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. I have all my music videos on there. I mean, just go to my website.
And it's ERIC, just to be clear, ERICBURGETT.com.
That is
Say that
correct.
for me, because I routinely spell things wrong.
No, I want to make sure people know, because it's all about the spelling when you have your own website.
We publish an episode on Thursdays, and inevitably Thursday night or Friday morning I get a call. Hey, you spelled this wrong. I once got a dedication guy's name wrong.
Oh no.
Yes. It happens.
Well, it does. That's live for sure. I mean, my last name looks like Burgett, but it's not that fancy, I promise. It's just Burgett. That's it.
Well,
You don't pronounce it Burgett or...
I was, because I'm
You're saying
French.
Burgett, yeah.
Some people do, and I'm like, ooh, you get fancy on me. Or
I know,
It's
I
like
was
Burgett,
fancy.
like baguette.
Yeah,
Burgett.
right.
I don't know. It's so mean. Name of the game of the name, whatever. Maybe that's how people
my
remember.
My last question is, who is influencing you the most these days? Who's inspiring you or influencing you today?
Yeah, so you asked me that earlier, like who my upbringing influences were and who inspires me now.
That was when you were younger. I
when
mean
I was
today.
Younger, going to today, honestly, I love to a lot of is it weird to say I still listen to Third Eye Blind?
No, they're a great band.
And because I know it's and that's also kind of who I listened to in high school and stuff in college. I love the melodies and simple lyrics, strongly put. I love listening to oh gosh, who's the guy that wrote Hamilton? The lyrics. Help me out. I'm so sorry.
I have no idea.
Rogers
and Hammerstein.
Wait a minute. We need to make that a button. I
That's
have
not
no
a-
idea.
that's
Bob just said I have no idea.
I have no idea what's wrong with Cory.
Oh my
I have
gosh.
no
I'm
idea why Cory keeps making fun of me.
Well, guess what? We have this. You have a phone.
I have no idea why Kate edited that part out.
Yeah, right? Listen, you don't even know what gift you just gave me, Eric.
Hey.
Bob said I have no idea.
Oh.
Who
John,
wrote Hamilton?
John,
I know. Yes. No.
John, what was his first name? Jonathan? What was Hamilton's first name? Andrew. No.
Well, Alexander
It's
Hamilton.
Alexander.
But the Broadway show Hamilton, he wrote the lyrics for it.
Aaron Burr wrote it.
Aaron Burr.
Aaron Burr wrote Hamilton, right?
But the lyrics for the musical.
Right. Cory, who was Aaron Burr?
So many questions coming at me right now. What?
Who was Aaron Burr?
Lin-Manuel Miranda?
No, who was Aaron Burr?
Lin-Manuel Miranda is who I'm talking about.
Right.
Yes. Thank you.
Aaron Burr was the guy who shot Hamilton.
That's right. He played him in the
Yes.
stage version and the movie version that was recorded.
Yes.
Was there a movie? Did they make a movie of Hamilton?
They recorded the stage version. I say movie.
Like
but
video too?
Yeah.
Oh, because I'll watch that. I can never get tickets to it.
Yeah, dude,
Mainly
exactly.
I try to get tickets to it, but
It's on Amazon Prime, I think. But
okay.
but anyway, the way he freaking does words and the way they just roll right on, right into one another. He did In the Heights as well, and his style. He's just very influential to me, and I love his melodies and his spin on things, and just how he has a way of words. So that's who I aspire to be. I aspire to be that kind of writer and everything. So.
Personally, for one, I'm probably not your number one fan because I'll leave that space for your wife, but I'm right up there, and I'm just so proud of you and thankful for you, and I'm grateful for you, and I can't thank you enough for taking the time today and sharing your music and your heart and your talent with us.
Okay, he'll give you free tickets to the next show.
Yeah, 6 of them. We're going to be 6 or 7. No. And I'll be there. Sign me up. And we wish you all of the success and keep doing what you're doing because you really are affecting others in a positive, amazing way. Thank you so much, Eric.
Thank you all so much. I really appreciated this, and it's been good hanging with y'all. So we'll see you next time.
You too. Thank you.
And we're out. The Coriolis Effect is produced by JS Productions. Producers Cory Oliver and Bob Victor, host Cory Oliver, and editors Bob Victor and Kate Bonsall.